Colin, this is something that we started out talking about, was some of the criteria that you use in helping determine how to think about approaching cyber insurance. So can we talk about those a little bit?
Yeah. So we've already mentioned, for example, how am I going to calculate my business interruption expense? But on top of that, you're going to also want to figure out what is the most cost-effective way for you to store and back up your data. That's a control that is extremely important that a lot of people don't have. They think I'm doing my business with Amazon Web Cloud, Google, I'm good, they won't get breached. Maybe they won't get breached. What if they just go down? What if they have a glitch in their own system and they go down? How quickly can you access that information? So that's another thing. The other item is you want to know how many employees they actually have. The importance of knowing the number of employees that you actually have pertains to how much training you're going to have to do, how much policies and procedures, how you're going to draft those. For example, I have a lot of clients where they have a lot of people that work remotely, but really it's just one person. One person's a CEO, they do everything, and everybody else just works remotely. Well, for those individuals, what does a call chain look like? Every single phone call is just going to the top of the ladder. Now you've got a problem because if everybody's calling in an incident, calling one person, you're going to miss calls, you're not going to be timely, et cetera. So you have to figure out what is the employee structure so you can figure out that call chain and who should be connected and how and when, and the importance of knowing who to call. So analyzing the number of employees, analyzing the types of data that you have. So for example, in Oklahoma, we just passed a law that says if you are a hospital and you have certain cybersecurity protocols in place, then you have a defense at the end of the day, an affirmative defense to any lawsuit as a result of a breach. That's great at the end of the day for hospitals. They're in the healthcare industry, but I don't get that same benefit as a lawyer. If I'm breached and I say I did everything I possibly could to stop this, then somebody's gonna go, don't know, don't care. It's not an affirmative defense for you. So understanding the industry that you're in on top of the employees and costs is important, because then you're going to know what protocols to follow or controls to put in place so that you can get that affirmative defense, or know whether you don't have that affirmative defense. Because I would argue that insurance companies should insure hospitals at a lower rate as a result of having that affirmative defense at the end of the day, because it lowers the risk. Since every hospital, for all intents and purposes, is following HIPAA as they should. So understanding the environment in which you're operating, understanding the number of employees, understanding the costs that are intended to an incident are the three primary areas of concern when talking to a client about what type of insurance to cover.